What do you do when you have a very young puppy that is displaying high levels of anxiety and fear, and they're pretty young? Like, this isn't something that a puppy of this age should necessarily be displaying. This is what she keeps doing. She keeps stopping behind me and threatening to run back home because sounds are scary. Life's scary. The world's scary, and she doesn't want to keep moving forward. One thing is trying really hard to create positive experiences, just getting her out, helping her explore. They need more time. So a dog like this, one, they don't make good service dog candidates. Oh, look, they joined me. And they, because they require a heck of a lot more time, and they are so not confident in their own self. And it's dogs like this that are pushed, and then we get aggression. Or dogs like this that are pushed, and then we get such extreme fear, or not given any opportunities to learn, and then we get extreme fear as well because they're too sheltered. So there's definitely a balancing act of trying to give her experiences and letting her move on her own, giving her the choice, giving her the freedom. I'm not pushing her, I'm not forcing her to come on this walk. I mean, sure, she doesn't want to be left, so I'm using that as a little bit of leverage because she doesn't want to be alone out here in an environment that she's actually been on every single day. We've taken this walk, look at this, every single day. And for some reason today, because we just did some sort of scary training, it was unintentional, but I thought maybe I could take her and Crash at the same time, because Crash really could use a walk too. And I thought, they're good play matched by size and strength. And Crash has gotten really gentle, or more gentle with dogs. And so I thought, if I just help her kind of find that balance and not overly power Poppy here, they could play. But we did a little bit of that, and then Poppy pretty much said, hell no, I don't like her. And I was like, all right. So I had to put Crash back, take her out. And that was after I was already going to take her with Timu, but Poppy kept pummeling Timu and jumping on him, and he's tiny, especially compared to her gigantic size. And so I was like, well, I can't walk with him and Poppy because Poppy's being really rude and overpowering him. So I think that I'll put him back and see if I can take Crash out, because she clearly wants to roughhouse with somebody. She's jumping all over Timu like, oh, I want to roughhouse, I want to play. And so I thought, well, let me give her a playmate that can actually handle her roughhousing. So anyways, we went through this whole socialization thing, tried to get her comfortable with Crash so I could walk the two of them out here and they could just explore, maybe play. But turned out I had to put Crash back too. And I think that maybe that stress, she's still high off of that. It hasn't left her body yet. The cortisol hasn't left her body yet. And so she's extra fearful on this walk that has nothing to do with the other dog or the thing that she was actually afraid of earlier. She's just heightened. Stress is heightened. And now more sensitive to everything. And then my neighbors are running a tractor and the river is loud. I don't know. There's a few things, some sounds maybe she didn't pay attention to the last time we came through. But yeah, she's kind of doing a little better at this very moment. But anyhow, yeah, what do you do with a dog that is extremely fearful? You try not to give up on them. You have to work slower. You have to lower your expectations. I know it's really hard for a lot of people, but take it at their speed and help them through it. Because if you do nothing, I had a cobweb in my face. If you do nothing and you shelter them too much, you can also end up with a problem. So yeah, sometimes these fearful dogs are so much more work, and they take so much longer. So when you're selecting a puppy out of a group, while I don't usually recommend taking the boldest puppy, I also recommend avoiding the most shy puppy in the group and trying to go for one that is stable, confident, and in the middle. Because too overly confident sometimes leads to some other behavioral problems, and sometimes overly shy clearly causes issues. So anyhow, that's what you do. You just keep going. Baby steps at a time. Walking in calm, quiet places where she can explore the world and interact with the world without being bombarded by or being confronted by anything that is overwhelmingly scary. Because anything that's overwhelmingly scary will almost instantly create more fear. It's called sensitizing the dog. So where typically we want to desensitize a dog to their fears, when we overwhelm them with the fears, we can often do the opposite and sensitize them to things and make the fear way worse, way deeper, and way more traumatizing. Okay, that's all I got. Bye-bye.